Hey guys, Jamie the Summer Rain Channel. Welcome back. Today we are going to be doing some experimenting, and this is something that I've never done before on my channel, but I really wanted to show you kind of the process that I go through. So when I'm trying to figure something out, like how much carrier oil can I put into a massage candle, I will typically make a whole slew of them and go through the feel of every candle when formulating my recipe, just to make sure that I get the most benefit from my candle, right? So what we don't want is we don't want a candle that has not enough of a carrier oil, because then it's going to be hard and it's going to feel waxy and gross on your skin. On the other hand, we don't want to add too much, because then your candle's not going to set up. It's going to be like a soupy consistency and it's not going to set up all the way. So I thought today we could go ahead and make 5 different ratios of soy wax to avocado oil and just go through how each one of those feel, how the final candle looks, and which ones I would recommend. Let's just dive in and do it. For this experiment, what I did is I went ahead and labeled 5 jars. So I'm going to go from 80% soy wax and 20% carrier oil all the way down to 55% soy wax and 45% carrier oil. The first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and put the wicks into all of the jars. And for each one of these, I'm going to go ahead and weigh out the carrier oil and the soy wax. So all of the candles I have poured, and this is the 55-45 ratio, and over here on the end is the 80-20 ratio. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to come into each one of these and pull out a little bit of the wax. So as you can see in the one that's 55-45, that came out pretty easily. Next we'll do the 60-40. 65-35, 70-30, and lastly our 80-20. Now when I did this, the first thing that I noticed is the 80-20 is very waxy. As you can see, when I smush it, it's got a very waxy, chunky consistency. Now compare that to the 55-45, where you can see this smushes like a lotion would. However, this is not very solid. The 60-40 is a little bit better. It's more solid and it still has that lotion-like consistency. 65-35 is a better consistency. It's a little bit waxy, but not nearly as much as the 80-20, and it's more solid than the other two were. And let's check our 70-30. So 70-30 also has a very nice consistency. It's a little bit waxy, but at the same time it rubs in fairly well when you put it on your skin. Now just to test this a little bit more, I'm going to kind of push my finger into the candle to see if they set up. This one, as you can see, when I push my finger in there, it creates a dent. So this one might not be solid enough for a massage oil candle, especially if you live in a warmer temperature. Now let's try it at 40% oil. And same thing, I'm just going to smush my finger in there. That one was harder to push through than the first one, but still I feel like it's not quite solid enough. So 40% carrier oil might still be too much. And then here is our 65-35. And that one is very hard to push through. So that feels like a good ratio of carrier oil in there. It will hold the candle shape. It's not going to melt on you if it's sitting out, especially in the summer, but it has still 35% carrier oil. Just for fun, let's go ahead and check the 30% and see where that one's at. Again, that one is very hard to push through, so that would be a good percentage of oil also. And now we'll check the one with 20% carrier oil. And I can't even make a dent in that when I push down. So that is a very hard candle. So I can already tell just from what we've done that these two candles, the 40 and 45% carrier oil candles, are going to be a little bit too soft to use. This 80-20 is going to be a little bit hard to use, so you probably want to stay between the 30-35% carrier oil in your massage candle. Now, I do actually want to test them when they're lit, just so we can get a slip test to see how they all feel. Now, I'm going to start with the one that's 55-45, so it's 45% carrier oil. And I'm just going to put a couple drops on my arm and then massage that in. Now, that one has a very nice slip to it. This would give a very nice massage. The only problem is the candle is going to be far too soft. So really in the summer, this one could almost pool back into a liquid state. The next one that I'm going to test out is 60% soy wax and 40% carrier oil. And same thing, I'm just going to put a drop on here and massage that in. Now that one also has a very nice slip to it, so you would get a really good massage with this. The only problem is that's still just a little bit too soft to be a candle. Now I'm going to test out the 65% soy wax, 35% carrier oil. Oop. And then I'm just going to massage that in there. This one also has a very nice slip to it, and the candle is solid when it's in the jar. So I think 35% carrier oil would be fine in a massage candle. As you can tell from that little bit that I put on, I'm still massaging this in. So unlike a lotion that's going to massage in right away, this is more like a massage oil, and there's still plenty of slip here. Now I'm going to test out the 70% soy wax and 30% carrier oil, which is also from consistency. It stayed in solid form and it was very nice for a massage candle. And I noticed when I put that one on, it was a bit warmer. So this one was a little bit warmer than the one that was 35% carrier oil. And same thing, that has a very nice slip to it. So if this were to be a massage, it's going to give you a very nice slip. Maybe not as much as the 35% carrier oil, but still a very nice slip to it. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and do the 80% soy wax, 20% carrier oil, and just see how this feels on the skin. Now the slip isn't quite as nice on this one, so it almost has a little bit of a drag to it compared to the other ones. It feels like it's already absorbing into the skin maybe a little bit quicker than the other ones did. So one of the things that you want to keep in mind is this was a great experiment to know how much of a carrier oil that we can put to our soy wax. However, there is another variable when making massage candles, and that is going to be the butter that you use. So say if you use a really soft butter like a shea butter, your candle is going to wind up being a little bit softer than the results that we got today. And if you were to use a hard brittle butter like a cocoa butter, your candle is going to be a little bit harder than the results that we got today. So if you were to make your own massage candle and say if it was too soft and you had to redo it, you know that you can pop a little bit of cocoa butter in there. It's going to harden it up. If your candle is too hard and it feels kind of waxy, you know that you can add a little bit of a carrier oil, say avocado oil, to it, and that's going to go ahead and soften it up a bit for you. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have fun making and creating your own massage candles. Bye!